Hello, this is Shannon Kringen. Hey, otherwise known as Goddess Kring from Public Access. Some of you might have heard of my public access television show. It's called Goddess Kring. It was on every week for 15 years. And I did improvisational monologues. So welcome to the Freehold Theater in Seattle, May 30th, 2025. I'm acting in a play at the Seattle Center, so I can't be there with you tonight. So my name is Shannon Nicole Kringen. And Freehold Theater, thank you so much. I love taking the class from Dan Hurwitz. Thank you so much. And to all my classmates, I hope you have a fun time tonight. I'm sorry I couldn't be there. So here's my comedy. So, as you know, I identify as a free-range human being. I'm a left-handed earth monkey Scorpio only child. I have synesthesia. When I hear music, I see shapes. I'm neurodivergent. I'm on the autism spectrum and I'm dyslexic. I think that about covers it. I identify as a free range human being. Tom Petty is my service musician. Tom Petty widens my jetty. When I heard Refugee on the jukebox, I was 11 years old and I ran over to the jukebox and I was like, what is this music? And it made me feel better about abruptly leaving San Diego as a child. So I don't blame myself for my parents getting divorced. I blame myself for my parents getting married. And I was kind of a stage kid. I kind of wanted my dad to go on stage. He wrote comedy and folk music and he was an amazing tennis teacher. So we always had his tennis racket and his guitar with him. And I always wanted him to get up there and do it so that he could then teach me how to get up there and be a famous, interesting person, a performer. But I was always kind of shy. And so Shirley Temple inspired me as well as my dad writing comedy and music. And then my mom studied Advaita Vedanta, non-duality, and quantum physics, and Krishnamurti from India, and meditation and spirituality in a very present moment awareness kind of mystical spiritual kind of way, and she listened to a lot of interesting classical music. So I went back and forth, checkerboard childhood in the wild livelihood, and I say oxymorons through the door, a group for loners, and they all showed up. And then I met Jeff Bridges on the set of American Heart, where I was an extra. I was dancing at the Lusty Lady at the time. And so another day at the office for me is this. Here I am again, naked on the stand. I get paid to daydream, funny as it may seem. Another day at the office with my clothes off. Never shave my bush. You can draw my tush. So that's a song I wrote about being a figure model. My day job is being a figure model. Yay! So yeah, I'm naked in front of people and they draw me. And that just seems normal to me. And even though I'm kind of shy, I'm not shy. And then I did my public access TV show every week for 15 years. I painted shoes for Tori Amos. She wore them on stage in 1996 at the Paramount Theater. So that's something that I did. And I met Jeff Bridges and I met Tori Amos. I never met Tom Petty, but Tom Petty widens my jetty. And I'm kind of a stage kid. Like I wanted to push my mom into being more like Andy Warhol. And I wanted her to get up there and just be more commercial and get famous so that she could then be a mentor and teach me. And I remember as a little kid, I was inspired by Shirley Temple. And when my grandpa would take me to the San Diego Zoo every Tuesday, my step grandpa, I wanted there to be a sign on the outside of our little car saying, "Hi, I'm Shannon. My grandpa's taking me to the zoo, and my favorite animal is the seal." And I just secretly wanted, like, in my kid, in my bedroom, in my kid as a bedroom. See, I'm dyslexic. In my kid as a bedroom, in my bedroom as a kid, I had an imaginary audience, and I did not have imaginary friends. So I secretly, I loved Shirley Temple and I emulated her. And then in high school, it was Mick Jagger and Tom Petty. But Mick Jagger, because he's out there, strutting his stuff, doing his thing, and being kind of goofy and doing his like facial expressions and all this kind of stuff. So I wanted to be like Mick Jagger. And, I say Mick Jagger struts in, his dagger grabs me. And I say, when you're drowning in frowns, dagger that introduced Jaggerisms. So oxymorons through the door, group for loners, they all showed up. That's Kringonian. Tom Petty widens my jetty, and dagger that introduced Jaggerisms. It means do what you love and have fun. And try to find the humor in the tragedy of life. Life can be so painful and life can be so wonderful. So that's me in a nutshell. Oxymorons through the door, a group for loners, and they all showed up. Each one of us has our own unique comedy that we share. And thank you for listening. Bye for now. Yay!